Boom. Change the game a little bit. Yeah, it's still Halloween themed. But, oh yeah, right? All right. I'm out. Too much spam for me. Dude, I don't know. I mean, you could just, talk instead of, spam, but you do you. All right. So, since this is the final one, I have got a few comic books that I have to show in order for me to get this last box of comics. So I figure, let's double down. Let's have a little bit of fun and talk about comics. I'm finally out of that loud-ass restaurant. I asked Big Daddy Juggalo where you guys went. Where did you guys go? Fortnite Pops. Yeah, I'm still looking for them. I have yet to see one Fortnite Pop ever. And even though I'm not super into Fortnite, I like it. I play it. I want some more of it. I would definitely get at least one Fortnite Pop just to say I got it. Funko is actually in Depot. What? Good night, Fizzy. If Nerdy saw a trail of Pops, he would pick them up like James Woods and Family Guy. Ooh, Pop. Ooh, Pop. Ooh, Pop. Ooh, Pop. Yes, I agree. Comics, yes. All right, so the first up we've got is Spider-Girl, number 85. Now, this is partly telling the story of when Peter Parker lost his leg, and then he had a daughter with Mary Jane Watson, and then she grew up to have spider powers, so she took on the mantle of Spider-Girl. This is issue number 85, and it looks like old Pete is in trouble. Yeah, and now I got to find a great place to put this to where I don't mix it up with the comics I haven't vaulted yet. That'll work. Our GameStop has a ton of Fortnite Pops. Well, I don't go to GameStop anymore. I've done a debit. Okay, so what was your original... J-Dub, we've had this conversation, bro. If you mess up a sentence, don't just throw the word you messed up on in a random chat before. I don't know what your sentence was. You just said debt sorry. Debt sorry? I don't know if you're in Canada or not. The Reindeer Raider exclusive. I will get that one then. GameStop has a good amount. We went to a Mexican food restaurant called La Huerta. La Huerta? What does La Huerta mean? Heroes! Translate. Our GameStop is to Fortnite. Okay. Really, Funko is in debt. We should buy more Pops to help out. Oh, a little French lady. She's always on Pop. I went to a GameStop in New York. So bloody rude and messy. Yeah, I mean, it's different. Like I don't know which one you went to, and I just know that most GameStops are like sensory overload. Like there's so much stuff to look at. There's walls of games, walls of Pops, shelves of crap. So I kind of... La Quinta? Oh, you went to a La Quinta? Ooh. Ew. You went to a La Quinta? It smells like onion bows. That's an old story, Fox. We moved on. Number 84 of Spider-Girl. You got a little bit of Venom mixed in there. I don't know what the camera's even focused on. It's not the background. There it goes. Yeah, they owe everyone for licensing fees. Probably. Yeah, the Queen band Pops are out in January. Ooh, tempted. There you go. J-Dub ate too much maple syrup. There you go. Spider-Girl, number 83. This is the, there we go. The daughter of the Spider-Man. Back in black. Let's see here. This was at Rockefeller Center, badly laid out and dirty. Not saying it's like that for all of them. No, sometimes it's like that for places like that. It does nothing to do with the brand. It has everything to do with who's running the store and how big of a crowd they're getting in and stuff like that. But yeah, that sucks that your only GameStop experience was that. Because, I mean, it's not a... I wouldn't say it's a bad company, but it's not a bad place to go and shop. I'll put it that way. They have decent deals. You can get exclusive content, things like that. So it's nice. But it's sad that way. It's like, I took, no, Heroes have been to Walmart. Fox. I took Fox to a Walmart, and it was like a bland Walmart. It's like, there it is. And he's like, no, I don't like it. I get it, Fox. Simmer down. These are priceless memories. There you go. Let's see here. New York is a dirty place. How do you know, Sea Chicken? What's going on? EWE Network. How you doing, my man? I appreciate you stopping by to The Real Show. This is the season finale of The Real Show. We're still going to be doing the wrestling stuff. But yeah, if you guys have not seen the EWE Network, the dude's pretty cool. He runs a show kind of similar to what I do with the wrestling show. He picks people from the internet, downloads their characters, and has them battle stuff out. Which is great content, man. And eventually I'll be sending people to your show, too. Let's see here. These are priceless memories, people. I got that Spider-Girl a few weeks back. Yeah, I love that cover. Here is Spider-Girl 82. Now that is a kick-ass cover right there. I think that's Norman Osborn. Yeah, that's not her dad. That's Norman Osborn she's pulling out of there. You can never have too much maple syrup. Not Canadian maple syrup. That stuff was amazing. Um, is that like, is it like games in the UK, English Beauty? Agreed. What? Nerdy, what's your favorite obscure comic right now? Something people wouldn't think about picking up. I just welcome J-Dub again. Curse Words is the name of it. I don't have the issue right now. It's already been vaulted. But it's a book called Curse Words. I've talked about it many times. As soon as I picked it up, I really enjoyed it. It's about an evil wizard that like sort of just goes to sleep, and when he wakes up, he finds himself in 2017, 2016, one of those years, and he just doesn't want to be bad anymore, so he starts being good. No, that's not the point. The point is he's sent into the future to do something bad by his master, and he betrays him. It's the first time he's ever done it. And now his master is sending his friends who used to help, do evil to take him down. It's really, really cool, but it's called Curse Words. It's pretty neat. Which parts of New York, Sea Chicken? Thanks, man. Yeah, no problem. All Walmarts are fun, even ones where I give Vinny's blowies. That's true. There's pictures of that. It's true. It's not from Canada. It's not real maple syrup. I agree. Game in the UK version of GameStop. Oh, okay. I got you. Number 81 of Spider-Girl. That's pretty neat. You got 2 Electro versions right there. Interesting. Sounds cool. Yeah, I don't know where it's located right now. Otherwise, I would show you some of them. But it's pretty cool. The only thing I have an issue with is the name of the main character. His name is Wizzord. He's supposed to be a wizard. His name is Wizzord. I'm like, you got kind of lazy on that one. I mean, I know Gandalf was taken, but try something, bro. Spider-Girl, number 80. Now that's an awesome cover right there. Oh, hi, sorry. I just followed WB. Oh, not WB. EWE Network. Appreciate that, Dan. I think you'll enjoy it. Post a lot of cool stuff. I recently followed him on Instagram too. I think it's the same name. 79, the Spider Girl with the brown chicka bow wow. I love a good boob window. Well, that made a good sound. Ditto. All right, then we've got number 76 right there. Hang on. Why is that stuck on there? There we go. Got rid of that. Number 76. This is when she's starting to find that black suit. Look how cool that is. Reminiscent of the movie, the Tobey Maguire movie when they were doing that, which is not a bad movie. It's not the best one. A lot of people give it hell, but it's not that bad. Ditto to Red Walrus for some reason. Number 74, Spider-Girl. A lot of these are Spider-Girl, apparently. I think I dipped back to my bag of tricks. Boob windows are my jam. Are they, Subzilla? I don't know if you were here last night, but I was creating the women's characters. And I know Dustman was here, and I think Big Daddy was here too. But I told them that you're going to be the 20th woman created for the roster. So you will cap the women's division for right now. So you'll be number 20. I've got you and Lola to make, and then we're done. Which means next Thursday you have an opportunity for a title shot. We'll get to you soon. And now that I know that you like boob windows, boom, outfit chosen. Number 73. See, I like this when the characters are, undressing from their normal selves, going to the superhero outfits. I think that's so amazing. It doesn't matter who it is. I love that concept of the art. Sounds like fun. Yeah, we'll check. There you go. Appreciate that, Allie. Number 72. And that is, by the way, Mayday Parker. That's her name. She's May Parker, Mayday. Yeah. So, just in case you didn't know. Plop. Then we've got number 71 of Spider-Girl. That's a good cover, too. That's a really good cover. I like that, with the webs in the background. And 70. Old school kind of Spider-Man cover right there with the webs coming out like that. It's a kick-ass cover. I think that was one of the reasons that sucked me into this series with the way, it was a good story. It was neat to see the supervillains that had kids that then took over the mantle, because there was a couple where the supervillain had a child that grew up to be a superhero. And I like that aspect of it. And then sometimes it was vice versa, and sometimes it made sense. Like Electro's daughter became, evil Electro and things like that. But it was a pretty good story, but the artwork was solid and the covers were always really, really good. Right there. The artwork is what always blows me away. The time it takes, the detail. Yeah, I mean, like back in the day when comics were, every single one of them was individually sketched and individually colored and all that stuff. And so to see them do it now with like digital stuff, they still do the same thing. It's like they still have to create the entire panel, but it's so much more crisp now. I'm not sure I like them for myself. I'm more of a t-shirt and skinny jeans girl, but I do enjoy a woman with a good boob window. Hosted. I do believe that is the perfect response. I think that's a fantastic response. All right, and then we've got number 68 of Spider-Girl. No, it goes this way. No, it goes this way. This way? Yeah, I like this way. I think that nailed it all day. Soak 'em. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that host, dude. We're just hanging out looking at some comic books now. I'm trying to finish this last box here. And the reason for it is because I did not get a chance to finish this on this Wednesday because we were doing the final of the Halloween show. There we go. Just these last little stack, and we'll get back to the show of opening up stuff and showing things and crap like that I buy. Those always making covers are real artists. Those guys making covers are real artists. I agree. Number 67, Spider-Girl. Enough said, LOL. Yeah, see, EWE. He gets it. 66. Marked for Death. Get that cool pose right there on there. I like that one. I like most of them. Like that. I started reading it, I think at issue 50 is when I started picking it up. And I enjoyed everything I read until issue 100, which was the final issue of Spider-Girl. I think they continued it later, but I never picked any of those up. What do you think will be the next big comedy after Big Bang Theory? No, I don't know. I missed the up-tempo on that one. You never know. I mean, if you're talking about what is the big next nerd comedy, dude, hit or miss at that point. Next big comedy, Murphy Brown, I have no idea. Number 64. Kind of bland, but it's still not bad, especially if it's Marked for Death with the scope. It looks pretty cool. Plop. Then we've got number 63 with some I'm reading the story, so I'll pick up this one that they tried on. Indeed. 62. Got that arch. Oh, look, Goliath's in it. You got Goliath in there. 61. That's cool. That one looks like Superior Spider-Man, so it's like Superior Spider-Girl with the black and red. It just looks really, really badass. Marked for Death, number 1. Plop. Then number 60. I think maybe this was the first one. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this was maybe I started at issue 60. Just because it was kind of cool to have all the other, like, major female characters on the top of it. You know, the ones that actually made a difference and an impact and stuff. So I think maybe I did start with 60 and not 50. I don't remember. It's been a long time. This came out like in 2004, 2005, somewhere in that point, somewhere there. And then we've got, of course, you got to have issue number 1. You have to have issue 1 of Spider-Girl. I don't know I don't have the, like, issue 2 through 50 or 2 through 59, but you got to have issue 1. Because you demanded it, the wildest and cutest web slinger of all time. I wore a Spider-Man outfit once. I don't get considered. Lush and curvy. Okay, so here's Spider-Man House of M. Changing the game a little bit. Still doing the Marvel factor, though. Spider-Man House of M. That's issue number 5, so we're going backwards in time here. Spider-Man issue 4, House of M. That's a pretty cool cover. I like that split down the middle. I guess that's sort of my fishing to see if you're still here. And then we've got number 3, House of M Spider-Man. Look at that one. I mean, he's obviously not in it, but they're burning the suit. It's pretty cool. INC. Number 2, Spider-Man House of M. Nice. Still here. You called? There it is. Okay, Spider-Man House of M, issue number 1. Comic-Con exclusive. Wizard World Comic-Con exclusive right there. That's the... they call it like the coloring book cover. I have a couple of these, but not in this one. But this one is just really cool. I should probably collect the House of M number 1 that is the normal cover. But I just like this one. I think it's cool. I wish King Norcal was here because he could remember a lot what happened in that story. And I can't. So here's a random ass book from Image Comics called The New Shadowhawk. And that's hard to tell what's going on that cover. We're all creepers. Yes, you all are. Every one of you is creepers. You need to do hashtag, is it creepin' or creep? I think it's creepin' or creeping. One of those two. But the artwork on the inside is really good. I mean, it's pretty damn nice on the inside. So yeah, but this is Shadowhawk number 4. The new Shadowhawk number 4. All right. And then the final ones right here. This has an interesting story behind this. Oh, check it out. Look, look, look. I saved the Post-it note from Retro Mortis. Because I'm a hoarder. So this has an interesting story behind it. This is issues, I think it's 1 through 4. Okay, and I think I've showed these before. Bros. Hell yeah! He's still hanging out, man. So, this is issue 1 through 4 of The Punisher. And it turns out that nowadays, this has actually kind of got some value to it. This is, I think it's the first time The Punisher got put off into his own series. It's from 1985, okay? And it's all 4 books. It may be a couple more, but I'm not sure. So they're all wrapped together. They're not wrapped individually. They're not bagged and boarded individually. And I'll show you why. All right. The Tick was picked up for a 2nd season by Amazon. They did something right. I just got Amazon, so I do want to check that out. All right. So when I was a kid, believe it or not, this will shock absolutely nobody. I'll take the glasses off so you know I'm serious. All right. So this will shock nobody. I actually lived in a trailer growing up as a kid. I was, a trailer. I don't know if anybody knows what a trailer is, but it's a mobile home that they fix in a position. They jack it up, put some cinder blocks under it, put some flashing around it, and the tail hitch still sticks out. Okay. So yeah, a caravan. Yes. So anyway, the trailer in front of us, they caught on fire. And I remember I was going outside, because we played outside back then, which is a foreign thing. We were going outside, or I was going outside to get something, and I saw smoke rolling from the trailer in front of us, right? And so I'm like, oh! So I peek around, a mobile palace, there you go. I peek around, and their inside of their garage is completely on fire, the neighbors, and they're not home. They're not home at all. And I'm like, oh, their house is on fire, right? So I run inside and I call 911 and I say, hey, the house in front of me is on fire. And I come back out and I try to get the hose and all that stuff, and the hose isn't long enough. It was a single wide. So the hose isn't long enough, right? And we don't have 2 hoses. Fatality. We don't have 2 hoses. So I'm trying to like spray it, from here. It's not working. And then the fire department comes up. I mean, at this point, and somewhere, believe it or not, somewhere, I have pictures of this. Somewhere. But the whole place caught on fire, right? The entire mobile home caught on fire, right? It was a catastrophic disaster. It was gone, right? So they put out the fire, and the walls are still standing, but the roof is like caved in spots. So this is maybe a couple of days later, or whatever. After everything's simmered down, nothing's on fire, and it's all there, right? Me and a friend of mine, we decided to go in there. I mean, everything's crisp. I mean, it's gone, right? Couch is on fire, bed's gone, it's all gone, right? So we sneak in there, and we're just kind of like going through, looking at stuff, trying to, kid things. And we go to one of the closets, right? And we pry back the closet, and in the closet is a box, like a cardboard box. And I'm like, okay. So we open it up, and it's filled with comic books. And I'm like, well, they're going to bulldoze the whole house anyway. You know, the family had already gotten whatever they could get out of it at this point, and they just missed the box. So we open it up, and believe it or not, and I've had these for a long time, a long ass time. It is the Punisher series from that box. Right there, you can see the scorch marks from it. Right there on the side. This is from the actual fire. And believe it or not, you can still smell it. You can still smell the fire baked into the pages of these books. And these are the only ones I took. These are the only ones. Right there. Look on the side right there. It's actually burnt right there. It's a nice bronze day. I know, it is. It's sad that they all have fire damage to it. All of them have fire damage. They're actually, like, if they were in mint condition, they'd be worth a whole lot of money. A whole lot, which is crazy. But yeah, they all have a little bit of the fire damage to it on the top. It's cool. They're all still 100% readable. There's nothing wrong with the pages. Nothing. There's not anything wrong with the cover. They were in the center, so they didn't get the outside. Like, this one has, like, the most damage on it, which is the first one. And, yeah. Like, this one, if you didn't know, you would have no idea until you looked at the edges. Like, the edges is where the crisp part is, because they weren't protected well. They were not bagged and boarded, because if they were, the bags would have melted to the books, and they would have been completely unreadable. Yeah, see this one on the bottom? It has the scorch across it. So yeah, I've had these for well over 20 years. Well over 20 years. And I've got all 5 of them. I don't know. I don't really know why. At the time, I was not super into comic books. I just thought to myself, it's kind of neat. It's a story. It's a visual that I'll never forget. And so I actually still, to this day, have these in my collection from that. I remember the fire right on the side of the inside of the garage wall. And I remember going in there and finding the box filled with these comics. So, yeah. And I keep, there's no reason to bag and board them individually. They're not, with the burn marks, they're not really worth it. They're like at a below grade, and like you can still smell it. Yeah, you can still smell the fire baked into the pages 20 something years later. Man, it may have been longer than that now that I think about it. It's a while ago. Let's see here. It's such a cool story. It's different. I mean, it sucks, you know, that the family up there, they lost everything and 5 comic books. But you know, it's just part of how life is, you know, life just sucks from time to time. And I guess that's why I keep it, you know, kind of like a momentum to it. It's got history there. Yeah. So yeah, this is so cool. Those are some of your first comics. Are those comics what you got? No, they're not. I guess the cover is really what drew me to it. And I didn't start collecting comics. I mean, I had some. I did have comic books growing up, but they weren't to the point to where I collected them. It's kind of like you go to the store and they have like that comic book rack. They had like freaking Archie comics and stuff on it. And you'd spin around, there'd be a Spider-Man comic, like Web of Spider-Man. Like, cool, I want to get this. You know, you go home or you read it in the car. And you're like, okay, this is interesting, cool. And then toss it out the window. You're done. You read it. I wasn't a collector. I was a let's play with it. Let's do this. So I never did start collecting it. But these, for some reason, like, they're original to my collection. They're original to me, I guess. But I've held on to them for decades. I mean, at least 2 decades I've had these. So it's really, really interesting. It's really, really interesting. But yeah, so I guess these are like the foundation of the comic book collection, if you want to put it that way. Because I know I don't have any collection from comics from that far back. That are original to me. Like, I picked it up off the newsstand and I saved it for so many years. This is probably the only one. These are probably the only ones. So yeah, an interesting random story. But it definitely needed to be told. It had to be told. So yeah, pretty cool. And that right there concludes our comic book Comic Vault. I'm not sure what episode this is. 27? Something like that. Anyway, so there you guys go. Let's go back to our regular scheduled program.